Our next guest is a keynote speaker, trainer, and founder of the R. Emanuel Bell Consulting and Training Center. He's also the creator of the Hope Project and the host of the Ray Bell Show right here on Blog Talk Radio. Well, I want everybody to please give a warm welcome for Mr. Ramond Bell.
Mr. Bell. Yes, sir. This is Ramond Bell.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Bell. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm very excited about participating tonight.
Well, it's a pleasure. And, you know, we're just going to jump right in there and ask, like, how did you find yourself as an activist for our youth?
Well, I've been in training and facilitation for well over 20 years, and I grew up in Washington, D.C., and if you've ever been to D.C., there's two D.C.s. There's the monuments and the affluent parts of D.C., and then there's what we call the South Side, communities such as Ward 8, which is considered Anacostia and Congress Heights and places like that. That's a totally separate D.C. that most people don't see. And since I'm from that neighborhood, I'm there in the community a great deal, and I watched our people struggle for so long, and specifically young adults, so I decided to do something about it.
Well, all right. And I spent, you know, quite a few years in the D.C., well, the DMV area, lived at 7th and H, as a matter of fact, Northeast.
Yes, ma'am. Very familiar with that area.
Yeah, I know that division. As a matter of fact, I used to go to work every day, Pennsylvania Avenue. I think it's Pennsylvania Avenue Station in Southeast.
Yes, ma'am. That's right.
Yeah, that's a whole nother neighborhood in it itself.
It is. It is.
So, and I know that HOPE stands for helping other people excel. Let everybody know what type of tech training you offer these young adults through the HOPE program.
Well, sure. What I would first like to say what the HOPE project is not. It's not just another neighborhood program that exists to simply take up space and claim to be helping young people. This is a lot different. This is a very comprehensive and well-thought-out training program where the end result is a young person leaves this training program with the skills and the tools to command a salary of $35,000 a year or more. But it's much more than that. So to us, we're not just creating world-class IT professionals. We're creating world-class individuals. And I'm so excited about being on the show to talk about some of the unique ways we are addressing the unemployment rate in Washington, D.C., and I always tell people that we're starting in D.C., but we're going to end in California, and we plan to hit every single urban city in between.
Well, all right.
Wow, that is powerful. Hey, Mr. Bell, this is Clark. Before I start, I just want you to know, I know this is crazy, but Gail, what city have you not lived in? Wow, you're D.C. too?
I haven't lived in Utah.
Okay, thank you so much. I see where that's going. Hey, sir, who are the kids that actually find their way to your program?
Well, that's probably one of the most unique things about what we've done. As a matter of fact, I was excited to hear Emanuel on early because we're actually developing a documentary for the program that we run. So the way it works is we typically try to recruit people between the ages of 18 and initially 25, but we've got so much pressure from the community to extend the age to 30. But we've gone as far as to recruit people as old as 40 years old. So here's how the program was developed. It was back in 2009. We held our first information session, and you guys may have heard of a neighborhood called Berry Farms in D.C. It's probably the most well-known housing project in the city or probably in the Washington metropolitan area. Only 4 people showed up. And we put out hundreds of flyers, posted on Facebook, you name it. We were out there promoting this opportunity. Well, we happened to do this information session to recruit people on the exact same day they were having this very popular basketball tournament in Berry Farms where all of the the local basketball all-stars, along with some of the folks in the pros, like Kevin Durant and Gilbert Arenas and folks like that, were actually playing in this basketball tournament right in Berry Farms, right next door to the recreation center where we started. So 4 people showed up. But I was so excited afterwards because 4 people stayed for 2 hours to hear me talk about how this program could change their life. A couple of days later, we went to one of the most well-known schools in D.C. It's called Ballou High School. Matter of fact, there was a documentary about the band at Ballou. 25 people showed up. This was a week later. So after that, we held an actual training session. The students graduated, got jobs. We held another training session. The students graduated and got jobs. And then we held our 3rd information session to recruit our 3rd year of students. And this time, we held the information right across the street from Berry Farms in a church. Well, this time, 175 people showed up for the exact same program. And I like to share that story because when people are engaged in the community and they're trying to offer a handout to help someone up, we cannot always expect things to take off right away. Yeah.